Jan friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the fresh news of the day. We already discussed the purchase of 26 Rafale M fighters. The M version is actually the naval variant for India's aircraft carrier, the new aircraft carrier. Apart from this, there's another good news that the Indian Navy is going to finally get 3 more Scorpion class submarines. Now, these submarines, obviously French, they're going to be manufactured in India, which is Prime Minister Modi's Make in India vision. And the previous submarines also have been made in India with French technology. So, this is something that we are partnering with the French. The Indian Navy has been traditionally ignored and because most of our wars, whether you look at 1947-48, you look at 1962, 65, 71 or even the 1999 Kargil war, you look at the places where we have had terrorism mostly. It would be either in Punjab or Kashmir or militancy in the northeast, which means that everything is in the east, west or the north. Nothing is happening down south and the seas are down south. So, we have over a period of time neglected the Navy, which I think, and nobody will doubt this, I think Navy, a very strong Navy is in India's interest. Because if you want to fight China, of course you will fight China in the Himalayas, but you are also going to fight China in the seas and you cannot do that without a very, very strong Navy. We have neglected the Navy so far, but now everything is getting supercharged and ships are being made, new destroyers are being inaugurated, frigates, missile boats, and we recently inaugurated an aircraft carrier. Now we are talking about submarines, nuclear submarines. Everything is now in fast forward mode, as if somebody has injected steroids into naval manufacturing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this will give a lot of impetus to our naval power, our power at sea, which is much required. The second news that I have is the Global Firepower Index, in which the United States of America is at number 1. We have Russia at number 2, we have China at number 3, we have India at number 4, we have Pakistan at number 7. Now, a lot of people are saying that they are not convinced because they are saying, why should Russia be at number 2 in the Global Firepower Index? Because Russia is the country that could not defeat Ukraine and the war with Ukraine is still going on. And Ukraine is nothing compared to Russia. The Ukrainian forces, the manpower, the technology, the weapons, the platforms, they're nothing as compared to Russia. Then how is it that Ukraine has been able to fend off Russia for more than 1.5 years? So, this ranking, many people don't agree with. China is number 3. Of course, China keeps on spending a lot of money and growing its military capabilities. We have spoken about their new aircraft carrier. I think 3rd, 4th and 5th are already being constructed. They're churning out aircraft carriers like cookies, and their latest aircraft, their drones, everything. And much of this technology is stolen from the West because the West is careless about these things. They trust too much. They allow Chinese researchers to come into the universities, and the Chinese habitually steal secrets from the West, which is how the entire modern China has been constructed. It's all on technology theft. This whole miraculous economy of China is based on theft of technology, theft of ideas from the West. Now, having said that, India is at number 4 and India will remain at number 4 and not rise unless India figures out a simple way of manufacturing in India. No country becomes a superpower by importing weapons. You can't import your way to superpower status. It can't be done. America manufactures all its weapons in America. Russia manufactures all its weapons in Russia. China today manufactures all its weapons in China, save 1 or 2 which it might import from Russia. Some high-tech things. Otherwise, China, 90%, everything is manufactured in China. India is the largest weapons importer in the world, and that must change. And that is the core of Atmanirbhar Bharat. What Prime Minister Modi has been repeating again and again and again. Even these drones that we've, are buying from America, these Predator drones, 31 of them for $3.5 billion. Some parts are going to be manufactured in India. These naval version of the Rafales, I am told that some parts will be developed and created in India. That's what the media is discussing, And everything, these Scorpion submarines, which we spoke about recently, they're going to be made in India. So, slowly and slowly manufacturing is shifting to India. For a very long time, ladies and gentlemen, we've ignored this very critical aspect of defense manufacturing. Unless you are capable, unless you're independent, unless you're sovereign in this matter, and I'm using the word sovereign here to describe ability of a country to manufacture their own requirements as far as weapons and ammunitions are concerned. India will never rise in that power index. India has the capability to come to the very top, the top two at least. India can do it, but for that, India needs to start manufacturing everything in-house, for which the Tamil Nadu Defence Corridor and the UP Defence Corridor are being created, and you will see a lot of change in the next 5 to 10 years. But we're late, and that's a fact which must be put on the table. And the last is that the last news for the day is that India has become the top investment destination in the world, leaving China behind. And why has this happened? This has happened primarily because the world is sick and tired of China, and India has been able to convince the world that, you speak about democracy, the West speaks about democracy, but then they deal with a totalitarian system of governance. So this democracy, these frequent speeches about democracy and human rights, are they just speeches, or is the West going to do something about it? And also the fact that, the West manufactures everything in China. China is the manufacturing hub of the world. China makes money through the West. Through that money, China buys weapons and threatens the West with their own money. So this has got to change, and this is something that Prime Minister Modi has been very largely successful in telling the world, which has resulted in India becoming the top investment destination in the world. Congratulations to all Indians. I think it's a big deal, and we must keep this tempo up. If we are to catch up with China and beat China, we must keep this tempo up. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, press like. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Till then, Jai Hind.